What's up? This is Terrell with Seven Kings Trading 101, and in this video, we're going to just be going over our futures signals today from our cloud system, and then also we're going to go over our Seven Kings SMA signals as well. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're not going to waste a whole lot of time on the video. And so, um, first thing in the morning, this was actually I'm going to go over the two indicator signals that we got that we confirmed that I actually took, and then I'm going to go over there was a couple of other ones. One we actually would have been a losing trade if you would have taken it, but and I'll go over that here a little bit more in detail. You shouldn't have taken it if you had your 2 minute chart up and you was paying attention to it. And you should have been paying attention to your 2 minute chart today because there was some beautiful head and shoulders and a wonderful W pattern that took place. So I got into the W and one of the head and shoulders, and we're going to go over those here in a moment. But yeah, basically the first trade of the morning was this signal here. And so just for anyone that isn't familiar with the Seven Kings cloud system, when we get our signal, we're looking back 26 bars. And so that's going to be here, right here. So this bar right here, this signal is associated with this bar here. We get a red signal, we're looking for a black dot, and we do have our black dot there. If we have a green signal, we're looking for a white dot. And so we get our signal at 5:30. First thing in the morning, we're coming off of a +1 deviation plus our target right here. And so it's a no-brainer trade to get into. So we did go ahead and get into a spread. We were able to max that out, you know, very early in the morning. So that was an easy trade right there. That was one of our indicator trades that we took. The other one was later on in the day. We actually took this one here. And so 26 bars back, and that was attached to that. So we have green arrow, white dot. We go ahead and yeah, we had a lot of momentum at that point too, just throughout the day on all of our futures charts. And so that was another no-brainer. And we did go ahead and we maxed that one out as well, because I mean in Q it doesn't take a lot to max those spreads out. And so that was another easy one there. And then we did get some more signals that we were able to confirm. One was a loser. That was this one here. But again, I'm going to go over that here in just a moment because you shouldn't have taken it. But if you weren't looking at your 2 minute chart, you would have taken it because it did follow our rules. Even though it was coming right into a lot of resistance, it followed the rules, and so you may have taken it. And if you did, it would have been a loser, unfortunately. But we did get this signal here at 8 o'clock on the ES. We got the same signal on the NQ. You could have taken either one of them and actually taken it down to your target. As far as the NQ, you would have, if you were in a spread, you would have maxed out any spread. If you were trading traditionally, you still should have won that because you should have been managing your trade, and you should have at least got stopped out around here at the top of this target. Here, you may have broken even if it was a traditional trade, but if you were in a spread, you should have been able to max that one out on the ES. Now, to get over to our, excuse me, YM, the 8:30 trade. Okay, if we zoom in, everything met the rules as far as taking the trade, and so we get the signal here. We go 26 bars back, and that's going to be right here. And as you can see, we do have our black dot to go with our red arrow. Again, it's coming into a lot of resistance anyway. You're at the bottom of a target. You have a 0.5 deviation right there. And so that right there should have been a telltale sign for anybody to not really jump into it too aggressively. But if you were looking at your 2 minute chart, I mean, it was a kind of an obvious one not to get into. and we'll pull it up first as far as our 2-minute charts go. And so it came at 8:30, and so at 8:30, this is what was taking place on your 2-minute chart at 8:30. Okay, we already had a bounce here off the top of the target, and then again we got a bounce off that plus 0.5 deviation, the bottom of our target, and we have a crossover on our M&W chart here. So again, if you were paying attention to your 2-minute chart and you see this taking place at 11:30 when you get that signal, I mean, if you still jump into that trade, you were really being aggressive. And so and some people do trade aggressively, and with our system you can. Again, we got Head and Shoulders there, wonderful W there. I took that trade right there. We got in I want to say around 10:30 on that one, and then the NQ we got in on this one around 9 o'clock. We got in on the second shoulder of the Head and Shoulders over here. So these were the two reversal trades that we took. But as you can see, if I kind of zoom out, we had a Head and Shoulders here. If you did get into that aggressive trade, you would have been able to recoup that here. Another beautiful Head and Shoulders there, and then again the one that we took there. So, and then this was our W. Let me actually pull our target up. And so as you can see, we had a nice W coming right off of our medium, where we started the day out at. And so yeah, we got in there around 10:30, around that section right there. So that was the 4 trades I actually took today. We were able to actually max out all the spreads that we got into, and they were easy trades. And so as far as the signals, looks like all of them would have been winners except for one. And again, that one you really shouldn't have been getting into if you were paying attention to your 2-minute chart. And so let's get over to our 7 Kings SMA and take a look at some of the signals we got here. I know we got one this morning on the RTY, kind of right after we got the one on the cloud. We kind of got into that same move because I actually posted that on our Facebook today. And so that was an easy winner right there. You had a couple targets to get to take your profit. And we got our signal here. We come to the previous candle here, because keep in mind, and this is just something I want to make sure everybody understands with all of our indicators. Our signals are always going to come at the close of the previous candle. So they're never going to repaint. And when you do get the alert is live real time. And so you kind of want to pay attention when you do hear that alert from your charts. And so anyway, we get the signal. We come down to the previous candle, come down to our 7 Kings Momentum Scalper, and we have red dot, red arrow, all matching our signal. That's a trade. And again, we got a couple targets we could have got. And then it looks like we got another good trade at the end of the day. Come down to the previous, green matches our arrow. So that's another good one. So those were 2 good ones on the Russell. Come over to the mini Dow or YM, and let's take a look here. So it looks like this signal was a good one, but it looks like we were just coming into some resistance. So I mean, at worst you may have wanted to, I mean, like, you probably would have broke even if you were taking that as far as managing it on a traditional trade. If it was a spread, this is one that you may have taken a little profit. You might have wanted to get it out in there. I'm sure if you were looking at your 2-minute chart, that probably would have been a good time to get out of the trade if you did take that signal. So that could have been break even, could have been a loser, could have been a winner, just kind of how you played that one. Looks like we have another winner here, signal here. Everything's green there, so may have been a loser, may have been a winner, may have been a break even on that signal, but we definitely have a winner there. And then come here. Looks like we have, this one should have been a clear winner. I mean, you have a target, bottom of our target. You almost got to the line in the sand there. So that should have been a clear winner. Clear winner there on that one. This signal you wouldn't have taken because we get a red arrow, but we come down, we have green dot, red arrow. So that's indecisive. We don't take that. Plus we have a green arrow down here. So we definitely wouldn't have taken that one. The next signal obviously would have been good, and so we have another winner there. So it looks like 1, 2, 3 good signals. These two you could kind of chalk up to the same trade, and so one good trade, 2 good trades. That one you wouldn't have had to worry about. It got filtered out, and so last would have been our NQ, and it looks like we got good signal there. Again, that you should have been able to take some good profit on this NQ chart. Easy stuff, traditional, or if you were doing Nadex spreads. We have a good signal here, another one that would have gotten filtered out as far as that bearish signal, and then another good signal here. So yeah, looks like it would have been an easy day on the with our 7 Kings SMA. So any of our trial members should have had a wonderful day as far as their trading goes, and then any of our members trading our cloud should have had a wonderful day as well. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. This is Terrell with 7 Kings Trading 101. You have a wonderful day.